I have questions right here. And yeah. So first question is the name and the job. My name's Alonzo Palmer, or major. And my major is digital media studies.
My name is Anthony Armstrong, and my major is computer information systems.
I'm Jason Marzette. My major is communications, minor in architecture.
All right, my name is Antonio Harris, and my major is industrial and organizational psychology, IL for short.
First question, really now, is what do you like about Detroit Mercy? What I personally like is, probably that you could find a group anywhere on campus. It might not be immediate, but you'll find some type of clique. You're not gonna be alone throughout all 4 or 5, depending on your program, years. So I think that's a pretty good thing about it. And also, yeah, that's pretty much what I like mostly about it.
Detroit Mercy was a very big step for me. I came from an all-boys school with pretty much one background, and it was pretty much an African-American background. Coming to this school, everything is so diverse, and it's actually pretty comfy because I'm able to interact and understand everybody's point of view on pretty much life and like our culture in one in Detroit.
The one thing I do like about Detroit Mercy is the fact that it's very diverse. Plenty of different ethnicities here and cultures. And I do like that, coming from a school that was basically one background, it felt good coming here.
So, it's at first I often wondered and pondered that what do I like about Detroit Mercy? And after a while I kind of figured out that it's kind of like the people. I like the eclectic blend of people. It's a whole bunch of different people from a wide variety of backgrounds. We have people come from like different sides of the world and people that you normally just wouldn't encounter. And so I like to meet new cultures, new people, new ideas, because I feel that we create like this special cultivating melting pot that nowhere else and no other place has.
What I like about Detroit, I like that it's a reviving city. It died at a certain point, but I know it's come back now with all these new restaurants, and then people are trying to bring certain aspects back, like music and et cetera, et cetera. So that's probably the best thing about Detroit that I think I like.
Detroit has a lot of things that particularly takes in music. I like music a lot. Most of our artists, such as hip-hop artists like Danny Brown, Eminem, Royce da 5'9", I usually listen to that kind of music. And so once in a while when like there's anything else like prior outside to that kind of music, I like to like explore, invest maybe into like their music careers and things of that nature.
I like Detroit for its amount of, I want to say, activities. Like all the things that go around the city. There's always something going on, like downtown and stuff. They always have like conventions and like the auto show. And I've been here for, basically all my life, so I learned to love it.
So Detroit is like it's kind of like a bistro in a world of like regular restaurants, because Detroit it's not as refined as everything else, but it still is beautiful. It still provides that quality element, that good taste that you're looking for when you go out to eat. So you go out and there's still like beauty in Detroit. A lot of people don't see it, especially if you go downtown. You get to see all these like beautiful lights, all the things they actually do for the city and how it's growing. And one of the greatest places I love that a lot of people don't know about is Texas de Brazil, and that's in Detroit, and that's like my favorite restaurant.
Do I participate in any events in Detroit, such as cons or sports meetings? In the past, in the past, I went for 2 years to a convention called Youmacon. It's pretty much a crossover of anime, comics, anything you could think of that nerds and geeks will like, but like you don't exactly have to be a nerd or a geek to go. It's just something to enjoy, and then it's like its own little community in a sense. And people come across from anywhere in the States or even probably outside the country just to go for 3 days out of the year and enjoy themselves. That's what I usually go to though. Nothing really outside of that unless a concert comes up or anything like that.
I participated in Youmacon 3 years in a row. I also participate to the Fox Theater when such artists, as I said earlier, show up to Detroit. I usually try to go to the DIA, and majority of the time it's at the IMAX Theater where important movies such as Transformers or even bigger movies that huge actors and directors perform and actually show themselves live at the movies.
For 2 years, I've been to Youmacon. It's an anime convention downtown. It's a very fun convention. It's a lot of people, and it happens in the Renaissance and Kobo Center. It's really exciting.
Oh yeah, I haven't been to. I didn't go to the last con. Shame on me. But I do a lot of things. I volunteer. I do a lot of volunteering. I did volunteering last week at a soup kitchen. I also do volunteer work for nonprofits in Detroit, so as well. But other than that, I'd say that's about it.
Next question, do you participate in events on campus? As of recent, no, but in the past I've gone to sporting events as in basketball. I went to a fencing meet. Not many though. Some like on campus things like game night, stuff like that, but to my memory I can't remember anything.
I participate to the basketball games. I usually go to the men's basketball games, and if I do have enough time, I'll go to the women's basketball games. I even show up to the lacrosse games when the weather is actually pretty decent.
I usually try to make it to the game nights. I've been to a few basketball games, and those are pretty good. Some other events that happen on campus, I don't really go to too many. Like the bonfire, I don't really go to those really, but I know the Chinese New Year, I like to go to that.
Events on campus. So it kind of comes with the toll. So early on when I came to UD University, I pledged and I became Greek. So you're kind of obligated to do a specific amount of events being that you're Greek. So you got to do like, a good example is we have to do service hours. We have to participate in like Greek week sometimes, which is really fun. That's when all the Greeks come together, and we more or less have like this combat battle arena. I call it like a Spartacus thing between all the Greeks, and it's like it's great. It's phenomenal. And other than that, though, sometimes I show up to some meetings. I like to show up to when people have like food. You know, food's always the bring all, get all thing for people. So when there's food, usually, and especially if it's something that involves a new culture, I'm usually trying to be there.
How do you think Detroit Mercy can improve? Okay. If some way they're able to get a type of school spirit going in all the students, so the events could be more fun, I suppose. Like you get more of like, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you could tell like from your perspective that it's fun, it's hype, like nothing would be lacking in that sense. And then probably tuition goes down too, like that's another thing. It's high for like stupid reasons, I think. Yeah.
Improvements, not too many that I know of, because, you know, we like to stay diverse in terms of activities and, just socializing with people, there's not much I can say that the school can improve on. But I would like to see like more activities when it comes to like sports, so anybody can like pretty much join in and like partake in it in somehow, some fashion.
I feel like there's always room for improvement. I don't actually know what it would be, but I do feel like Detroit Mercy through the coming years will just get better.
Well, yeah, I did say I wouldn't leave, but there are definitely some ways they could improve. For one, establishing something more for like commuters, because a while ago, as most of us all know, we lost our recreational area that we had downstairs because of the fire. And so they kind of just swept it under the map. And so now commuters don't really have anywhere to go. So after classes, we're kind of stuck like wandering like puppies, because we don't know exactly what to do, where to relax. The only places we really have to go to are like computer labs, and no one really wants to just hang out in the computer lab all day.
And how do I think Detroit could improve? I just know it's going through its improvement process now. Like, it's going to take time, like, as for everything. So, yeah, in a way, I think it could improve. I don't know, just from what I'm saying, since it's trying to improve now, it's going to keep improving until it can stop improving.
Maybe jobs. A lot of careers are like based on connects nowadays, and not just having a degree, but you need to have the experience too. So if Detroit had maybe a job for people who wanted to do like architecture more often for like buildings, and jobs for editing for like Photoshop and anything, there have to be more opportunities where it's not only you can get it here, but you can probably get it elsewhere in an internship, instead of going outside of the boundaries and probably getting it somewhere like maybe in like Belleville, Southfield, and places of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, I know I hear on the news about a lot of money problems that Detroit is having, so hopefully, like, once they figure that out, I believe that the city will just grow.
Detroit can improve by actually, so one of the things I noticed before is showing up when they need to be. When, like, people get called and they need to show up when they're called. So there's been times when I feel like even with this past election, I hate to get into politics, just stepping over a little bit, but Detroit didn't show up when they needed to be showing up, and that's ultimately one of the big deciding factors that led to our new president. And so being there, sort of supporting Detroit, knowing that you are part of Detroit and that you do have a say, and using that say to influence where Detroit is going. Being part of that new movement to where people are trying to educate you and grow the city, things of that nature.
Let's see, any final remarks for Detroit Mercy or Detroit in general? Get good. That's it.
Detroit Mercy, bring back student union, please. That's pretty much it.
Not just the fact that I love my campus, I love the city. Other than that, I just hope more people come to the city and to Detroit Mercy itself and just find out more about the jewels here in Detroit, and that Detroit Mercy is actually one of them. So.
All I can say is it's been great being here. I've had some great, I've had some bad, but overall it's an experience I wouldn't change for the world. Go Titans.
God, interviewing myself is the weirdest thing I've ever done. Okay.